Everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. Please check out and support our sponsor. Click the link below. That's Powerful Products, powerfulproducts.com. Check out their Goal Zero Yeti product line, the Ultimate Power Workstations. I really appreciate it. You support them, you support us, you support AMTV. So there was a guy yesterday, an expert at the Cato Institute, that basically said that if Obama continues to ignore, the law with his, massive piece, thousands of page legislation that is Obamacare, if he continues to ignore the law, the American people have every right to revolt. And he actually specifically mentions an armed revolt. And I think what people need to understand, and they need to think about, is, a lot of people think that an armed revolution, like what started and founded this country, I know it's really tough to comprehend, but yeah, we actually had to arm ourselves to fight off the redcoats so that we could have freedom, so that we could declare our independence here in the United States. What people don't realize is that a second American revolution isn't that far off, and also isn't unrealistic at all. Our founding fathers set up the country for that, so that if we needed to repeat that in the future, we could. If the federal government ever concentrated too much power, became too much of a police state, like it is today, too much of a surveillance state, too much of an authoritarian power that would tax us without representation, which is Obamacare, which is a forced tax, that the American people had every right, not only for states to secede. States, I've talked of Texas many times. One of their conditions of joining the Union, they were seeking protection at the time, of course, from Mexico, because they had just fought the Mexican-American Revolution. They were stronger with the Union, but one of the conditions was they could always leave if they wanted to. So not only do the states have every right to secede, that's the very foundation and framework of how the country was founded. We, the people, have every right to defend ourselves through armed revolution if necessary, if need be. Now, obviously, that's a worst-case scenario. That's not something that I want. That's not something that any rational person wants. It's a worst-case scenario. It means that all other options have failed, and we've resorted to violence. And it's not anything that anybody wants. But it was very interesting because you're seeing more and more of this talked about in the mainstream. Again, this gentleman, you can look at the article. I believe Mediaite broke it first. We also posted it on our website, amtvmedia.com. You can check it out there as well. But it's amazing that it's now being talked about more and more in the mainstream media as a viable option. Again, a guy at the Cato Institute, this is what he had to say in front of Congress in a hearing in regards to Obamacare. So it's not unrealistic, and we're not too far off. Because we really are in a worst-case scenario here in the United States, and if we don't make some dramatic changes for the better, that's where it's headed, and that's where America will be in the next few years. I'm Christopher Green. Get it out. Thanks for supporting our sponsor. Thanks for supporting us, AMTV. I really appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you. I'm out. Peace.